Hello Sagittarius, this is going to be your late March love and relationship reading, but take this as it resonates today, Sagittarius, and leave the rest. Let's look at these cards together, Sagittarius, and get right into your love and relationship reading. I've been shuffling, I've been meditating, so I feel like we're just about ready to go. Let's look at these cards together. I'll lay them out, Sagittarius, and we'll just go through them then one by one, pulling more to clarify. So I have Mercury in Sagittarius right away with the 8 of Wands, 10 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Swords, King of Swords, all this sword energy, the Devil. Yeah, I feel like you've gotten away from something that was pretty toxic, Sagittarius. 7 of Swords coming up in the future with the Knight of Cups in here, 4 of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the 8 of Swords. Ooh, so all of this sword energy I'm seeing, Sagittarius. Sun at the bottom of the deck. So we have got the Sun card, the Devil card, the Hermit. They are our 3 major arcana cards at the moment. So I do see that there are some soul lessons here to look at as of right now. So what I'm thinking is, Sagittarius, there was some sort of a toxic situation that you were involved in, and you got some movement. This toxic situation was something in the past. I see this Devil energy and this bound couple, maybe a couple that was, used substances together, and you kind of were very much in the kind of party mode together, but it's all it really ever amounted to, and you kind of enabled each other to kind of pursue bad habits, I'm seeing for some. Could have been just something that was codependent, but basically there was this severing and decision that had to have been made. It was kind of harsh for some, Sagittarius. It was like this cutting energy, this has got to end. We've got to go. I've got to zip on out of here, take off on the open road and get the hell out of Dodge, because you broke the chain and you freed yourself and you became liberated from something in a really big way. Could have been dealing with the Capricorn. I do have that sign here with the Devil card in the back. So that could have, some of you might have been freeing yourself from Capricorn placement, or just somebody, that enabled you, or was just for toxic, I'm seeing. At the bottom of the deck, the Sun card. So this is when this liberation is occurring, miles away from the Devil card. With the Sun card, we are feeling free, like a child in an open field. And it's I always think of horses being one of the associations of Sagittarius because of its symbol, but also just because the mutable signs in astrology kind of do rule animals, and Sagittarius has this real yearning for freedom. So I do see you've gotten away from something that was totally the opposite of freedom, bogging you down, oppressive, controlling, and you just feel so much more like your authentic self now. Could be dealing with a Leo that could be coming out, and they just make you feel really alive again, and a fellow fire sign. It might even be platonic, but it's just something that you're connecting with someone in the future maybe that's making you feel more of your authentic self. So there's movement happening around Sagittarius, single, in a relationship, whatever it may be. That did look like something that had ended, so I wanted to touch on that. So that's going to be in the past for some people watching. Otherwise, we do have movement, and we have a breakthrough. It looks like there was a lot on the Sagittarius mind as of late. The swords in tarot are our mental suit. You have been replaying to the point of breakdown and can go no further. Some of you might even be looking through old messages with this person and what did I say? Should have said this, or and just really, you can go no further with your thoughts on this, Sagittarius. It's over, and I believe that some of you know firmly that this relationship has ended. And the swords in reverse are not piercing us anymore. They are kind of falling out of our back. This is very dramatic imagery, but the light is breaking is the point. And those swords aren't digging into us as much anymore. They're actually falling away. And we can physically start to see some sort of a pep in our step again and a brightness again. However, our mind is still troubled by replaying past kind of you know, something was done on you, I think. Like for some of you, I feel like even like if you're with somebody who's like this kind of like house repossession, I'm seeing even like something that was really, if this isn't a toxic relation, like this was like something that somebody came in, there was some real urgent upheaval in your life, where you owed a lot of money, or even something further than that, like you were tied down to something really restricted. The Eight of Swords kind of is like the devil's little sister, really. You know, this is when we are completely feeling trapped by our circumstances. The Eight of Swords, it's like we're still thinking we're trapped in a certain way, but it's still it's very much in the mind now. Like for instance, you could walk out of this if you wanted to. There's actually nothing in your way, except your fears and will I meet somebody else? What if this, you know, what if I regret it? You know, something like that is coming up. So for some people that are watching this, I definitely still see a sense of working through something from the past that maybe wasn't the healthiest. You saw like a harsh reality about the relationship, and it's like a lot of working things out mentally still is what I'm seeing. I do see love or like an opportunity for romance here with the Knight of Cups, and it's moving out of this reading. So turning your back on the past, kind of upset. And I think we should pull some more cards to clarify, Sagittarius. Four of Pentacles, Sun and Capricorn. Again, it could be a Capricorn in the environment here. They're closed off for you, but they're closed off from you right now, but there's something like they're not letting go of either. So it's like, I don't fully blame you for having this head like mental anguish at the moment, and this kind of like mind games playing, and like being honest, like kind of messing with your head. I don't blame you, because they're not letting go. So one way or another, even though like you guys are physically apart right now. Seven of Swords, we'll look into it. I guess some of you are really kind of trying to make moves and progress on this bind you're in, and you are taking matters into your own hands at this moment, I'm seeing coming up. Hermit, you're doing a lot of soul searching, and this is another one of our major arcana cards today, Sagittarius. So this relationship, like, you realized a lot about like, you know, oppression or like duty or binding, dependency issues. You also realized a lot about who you are authentically and what makes you feel as happy as this. And then the Hermit card, you really did a lot of soul searching as part of this relationship, a lot of introspection, a lot of reflecting. Let me see, what is this Hermit looking at? They're looking right down here to me, I think. They're looking at you getting over things and moving on, and you know, communicating things. Maybe for some of you, things have, like, communication has opened up again with the person from the past. And some of it is just going to be for complete closure, I'm seeing. But some, of course, there may be the opportunity for working it out. Will that be good? The Star card, which, yeah, that really is the card of optimism and faith renewed and restored and healing. It's the card of healing energy, support energy. It's the card of Aquarius, so there's community support available for you now. Support, like people that you are in a network with, a group, an alliance, and some strong committee bond, or even like you know, it's a time for kind of, if you feel like hope renewed in this relationship, the breaking of the light of the Star card coming after sometimes the trauma of the Ten of Swords. It can be upsetting and traumatic, these endings and breakthroughs, breakdowns maybe. So we do have hope and optimism restored, at least in terms of healing, which I think is great for Sagittarius. So that's nice to see some brightness and energy, restored optimism I'm seeing there. I want to quickly look at the King of Swords and the Devil card. So I'll take a couple of cards for that, because this was a severing for some. For some, it was realizing that you were in an unhealthy relationship and the kind of the harsh reality of that. And yeah, some of you might have felt like you were, you know, the earth was falling from beneath your feet with this person, good and bad at times. But ultimately, there was a lesson learned in the past for you, Sagittarius, about this relationship. Okay, I've got the Son of Cups and the Five of Cups. So the Son of Cups is this Knight of Cups energy. There is something that you are being led towards, a cup being heartfelt, open-hearted, feeling connected towards. There's some, I think for some there's another person, kind of that it could be, you're thinking at the very least, I really get on with this person, and I feel like there's a mutual understanding there. There's an emotional connection there, and I'd like to explore it. I do see that coming up. And for some, this is a person that's actually from the past, a little bit deeper than I originally thought. It might not be a brand new person coming in. This could have been something that was deeper. The Five of Cups though, this is, yeah, like this horse looks pretty sad. Okay, so I talked about that horse energy with Sagittarius, and I just feel like this is sad horse Sagittarius and the Five of Cups, and it's in the past. It's related to the devil energy. This relationship that came up, for at least, if it isn't over, it's under the microscope in a huge way right now. You're looking at it and you're thinking of it as a loss, I'm seeing. Let's have a look. Let's go on. So there's a bit of everything here. There's a bit of deception even, Sagittarius. I'm not going to lie. The Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, it's like you're openly being deceptive in one way to yourself, I think. And then you're kind of like more underhandedly being deceptive to yourself or others. To yourself or others. That's what I want to know. Okay, Seven of Swords. Clear this up for Sagittarius. You do not want to get taken advantage of and everything like that again. And then, okay, so this is, this Daughter of Swords is the Page of Swords energy. A very, you're coming up with some sort of a conversation where you're not going to be able to be fully transparent. You'll make progress with this person to Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. You will make progress in the communication, but it's going to be really tense. And you're going to have to really stand your ground and put up, like, you know, what do you believe in? And people are going to be coming up against you, I'm seeing. Let's look at the Four of Pentacles. Who is not letting go of Sagittarius, or what other clarifiers can we take for this Four of Pentacles? So Four of Pentacles, I've got the World card. Wow, Saturn ruling this, which is Capricorn's ruler. This is so strong for a Sagittarius Capricorn dynamic. But this is the ending. It's the end deck. It's the end card of the major arcana in the tarot. So another big lesson here, Sagittarius, going on around you now. Like realizing that cycles of life come to an end, new ones begin. Looking at what was successful. The World card is usually a really successful completion of a cycle. It may not always feel like that, but you'll look back, I believe, in time and really see, you know, Death card at the end, reverse at the bottom of the deck. This like unwillingness to let go and from this person is really kind of making it harder for you. That sounds obvious, but that's what I'm seeing. Let's see, finally, Hermit card, Eight of Swords. What's ending this reading? So you want to continue on your soul searching. What are you looking at? You're looking at now a light breaking after this harder time, Sagittarius, within your relationships. Optimism is here again. It was dark. It was like a dark night of the soul for you. And if you're still with that person together, maybe, well, that's really nice, this Four of Swords coming up, because we have all this sword energy. I've never seen so many swords in my readings all week. And it's telling me that, you know, your mind is addled at the moment, but when we have the Four of Swords in this sword suit, they represent a nice little respite away from the stress. So you have been able to, it's very reflective energy, very meditative energy. I feel like it's very Libra, Virgo energy, that those signs that come after one another, where it's kind of just like, you know, creating this space for you that's very sacred, very meditative, very safe for you, has really been such a blessing, and it's gotten you through an awful lot. Eight of Swords. Finally, what are we ending with? Sagittarius, it's a sense of, but let's look. Justice and the Fool in reverse, big energy, and then the Lovers in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so hard to get away from this. It was probably a soulmate or karmic connection. They're not easy to fly away from and liberate yourself from. But there is a decision to be made. Be careful. These energies together, Sagittarius in reverse. The Fool card is really when you want to take a chance and a risk, but in reverse, sometimes you're not thinking this through and acting pretty impulsively. Justice in reverse, the decisions that you're making now, Sagittarius, have consequences. That is going to be your reading today for love and relationships for Sagittarius. General messages won't apply to each and every one of you, but I hope you found something that resonated today. Take care and speak soon.